So here are all of my blushes that I currently have. I do have some like trios and other things I'm going to get to in a minute. I'll do all of those together as if they're their own separate category, but I've got all of my powder blushes, cream blushes, stick blushes, all of it. Now, I declutter all the time, pretty much twice a year, and one thing to keep in mind if you're new to my channel or you've never watched my declutters is that, you know, obviously YouTube is a job of mine and I get a lot of this from companies, so I get rid of a lot of stuff because it's either just absolutely not right for me, but I didn't necessarily spend my own money on it. And the reason I mention that is because I've had a lot of people watch my videos and they're like, why are you so dumb about like what you're buying? Why are you buying colors that are terrible for you if you're just gonna declutter them? I'm like, no, usually I didn't buy them if it's a color that looks crazy on me. And you'll see a couple examples today and you'll see what I mean. But anyway, I'm going to be ruthless. I just asked you guys on Snapchat just yesterday actually for some YouTubers that I should watch that are really, really ruthless in their declutter and they really get rid of a lot. Because I'd watch some and they'll have like 100 foundations and they get rid of like 5. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not really a great declutter, but obviously we're all decluttering for our own reasons. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but I know what I like to watch, and so hopefully you're into some severe decluttering as well, which is why you're probably watching this. So without further ado, let's get into it. What I'm gonna do, one of my favorite ways to declutter is to look at my little collection here and ask myself, what would I buy again? I'm gonna pretend like this is a store and I'm shopping. What would I go and totally buy again because I love it, I travel with it, I reach for it all the time. And so, with that in mind, one of the first things I think of right away is this e.l.f. blush in Mellow Mauve. It's like one of my favorite blushes, one of the prettiest colors ever. It's just so natural. You can almost not even see it on my hand there, but it's so, so pretty. Definitely keeping that. Another one that I would buy again would be this Hourglass one. I love. It's in the shade Mood Exposure, and it's a very similar color to that, but these are my favorite colors for a reason. This one's a little bit almost lighter, because you can really see it there, but it's a little bit more of a blue tone, and I just really, really like it. So that's one that's coming with me. Where am I going? Another one, very similar shade, this Benefit Dallas. It's my favorite Benefit box powder. I think I've owned all of the box powders at this point, and this is the only one I've kept over the years. It is almost bronzery, but I use it more as like a blush. Another one I would buy again, it's a really frosty one. It's Pixi by Petra, and it's their Beauty Blush Duo in Peach Honey. I just did a Target brands best and worst because there's like Pixi and Sonia Kashuk and all those brands you always see there and you don't necessarily hear a lot about. I did a huge review on a bunch of stuff and this is one of my favorites. It's just a really frosty, pretty peach color, and it's one of those that I use all the time when I want that peach look, so I'm definitely keeping this. Another one that's one of my favorites is this City Color one in Blackberry. It's very, very pigmented, very, very pretty, like kind of blue toned pink. Oh, I love it. So that's a keep. I have two of these Soap and Glory ones here, the Peach Party and Wonder Bronze. They're both really, really pretty. I think I'm gonna hold on to these. This is very similar to that one. It's just a little bit bronzier, if you will, but I think it's so pretty, so I'm gonna keep that one. And then this Wonder Bronze one is honestly really similar. Maybe I'll get rid of this one. I mean, this one's a little bit bronzier than that one. I don't think I need to keep both, but which one do I really want to keep? I'm kind of thinking the peach one. I think I might like the peach one a little bit better. So I think I'm going to get rid of the Wonder Bronze and keep Peach Party. And at the end, I'll show you what I'm keeping, what I'm not, so you can kind of get an idea. This one I'm going to keep. I just recently got from Too Faced, and I've only tried it like 3 or 4 times. It's a really pretty shimmery color. Again, very peachy, but I just really like it. So I'm gonna keep that one. This one from NARS called Sin is one, I don't have anything like this. I just wore it yesterday, actually. It's a really almost like bruised plum kind of a color. It's so pretty. It actually looks really flattering even on fair skin tones like mine, so it kind of blew me away, but I'm definitely keeping that. So now, what I'm kind of left with here are products I'm not sure about. So I'm gonna kind of consolidate here, and then we'll go through these one by one to decide if I wanna keep them or not. I think this Wet n Wild one, I liked it. It's called the Princess Daiquiris, and over the summer, I think, I wore it a ton. It's a really pretty blush, but I feel like I'm not ever reaching for it, so I think it's just time to get rid of this one. It's just sitting in my collection. This Quo one I really like, but I don't like to use it too often because I feel like you guys can't access it. You guys can't get it here in the States. But it's so pretty. I think I'm going to keep it, but it just stinks because I can't show it a ton on my channel. This Milani one I've also liked, but it's not crazy pigmented. It's been one of my favorites. It is a really pretty color, but see, it doesn't really show up. And even with the brush, what I've liked about it is that it's a really natural look and you can't really screw it up. But again, I feel like a lot of people can't access Milani as much as I wish you could, and it's just not, I don't know. Again, I'm not really reaching for it, and that's the whole point of this. This Catrice one is just way too dark for me. They sent this to me a while ago. It's actually a really nice blush, but it's just too much. It's almost fluorescent pink. So, cute blush, really nice quality. Gonna get rid of it. This Makeup Geek one, I love the pan. It's so nice. It's an amazing blush, but again, I'm never using it. It is way too pigmented for me, so I'm gonna pass that on. This Sigma one, same thing. It's so bright. I mean, this is a little more wearable, I think, than the other ones for me. But again, it's such a bright pink that I'm never ever reaching for it. And I love the packaging, but I'm gonna get rid of that. This one here is by Doucet, and it's just, I'm never gonna use it. I got it in like a subscription box. It's just this little baby one. I'm just not gonna use it. I know myself. It's a pretty color, but I'm just gonna pass it on. This NARS one in Deep Throat is one of my favorites. I travel with this one a lot. I actually can't believe I overlooked this as I was shopping my stash. Just a really pretty natural color. Definitely gonna keep that. This one I've used, but it reminds me of the this one here. And I don't really need both. I know I've got a couple that look the same, but this is one, it's getting kind of this weird thing on it, and it kicks up so much powder. It's kind of crazy. It's really pretty. It's kind of got this like duochrome look to it, but it's a little bit too much, so I think I'm gonna pass it on. These three Pixi by Petras, they're not bad. Again, this is one I mentioned in that Target video. The one I actually really liked, I think, was this one, Baby Petal. It's just the most natural color out of all of them, but I know, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna get rid of these. This one's a baby pink one in Watermelon Veil. Again, it's just a little bit, by a little bit I mean a lot of it, way too light for me. This one is not bad, it's called Wild Rose, but again, it's just a little maybe too deep for me. This one I wanna keep because I like the color, but I feel like I never wear it. But I also feel like I really haven't gotten a ton of use out of it, so I wanna keep this one to keep trying. This MAC by Mariah Carey one, they just sent to me pretty recently. It's called Sweet Sweet Fantasy. Matte blushes are just kind of hit or miss for me. I don't love this. I think I'm just gonna, I've only worn it like once or twice. Maybe I should give it more of a shot, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I probably won't hold on to this by the next Declutter. It might already be gone. I'm gonna give it a try. If I don't love it, I'm gonna get rid of it, but I don't wanna, I've only used it like twice. I don't wanna get rid of it without really giving it a go, but I'm really, I don't know. I feel like MAC products can be so hit or miss. Like some of them are so good, but like sometimes I feel like they get a bigger hype than what they truly deserve. I don't know. Too Faced, this is the Pink Leopard one. I used to have all of theirs. This is the only one, well, not the only one. I've got some of their bronzers. But this one, depending on how you use the brush, it can be kind of pretty, but it's kind of just got this gray tone that doesn't always look nice on me. So I think I'm gonna pass it on. I'm getting rid of a lot. This is great. This Estee Lauder one, I just don't ever use. There's something about this pan that's like kind of small, and because of that, I feel like I never want to use it because I can't get the brush to be totally coated in the blush. So I'm gonna pass this on. I have a sister that I think will really like that. This NYX one, I continue to try their NYX blushes. And while they might swatch nice, I just am never impressed with how they stay on. It's a pretty color, but I'm just gonna pass it on. This Bobbi Brown one, I actually just recently got. It's a really pretty, kind of like blackberry type color. It's called Sand Pink, and it is very pigmented. So this is one that I always have to use light hand, but it's the only Bobbi Brown blush I've ever tried. It's kind of dirty. So I think I want to, again, give this more of a try to determine how I like their formula. And I like the shade, but again, I have to use such a light hand. So I'm going to keep trying that one out. This NYX Cream Blush is actually the only cream blush I have, and it's the only cream brush I genuinely really like. They always look a little bit wet on the skin, but kind of in a flattering way. I kind of like the way it ends up looking. So I am going to continue to keep this. This Dior blush, it's like the only, well, a lot of these are expensive blushes, but this is like the most expensive blush I own. I really like it. It's called My Rose, number 943. I do use this a good amount, so I'm definitely going to keep this. And I have the little sleeve for it over here. This e.l.f. Shimmering Facial Whip I like. I've talked about a lot, but I don't reach for it a lot, so I'm going to pass it on. But it is... This is what kills me. Like, it blew my mind when I swatched it in a video and I've worn it. It is so beautiful. But the thing is, when I have so much, I just never end up wearing it. It is so, so pretty. But, you know, as I blend it out more and more on my cheeks, it just doesn't flatter my skin tone as much as I'd like it to either. It's so pretty, though. And this last one is a Bite Multi-Stick in Macaroon. I'm just never reaching for these. I was sent these... a while ago, and I just don't ever reach for them. They're a little bit too difficult to work with, I think. And I don't think these are bad, but I just don't really find any use for them at all. Maybe on my lips, but again, I've got like a million other lipsticks that I'd rather wear. So this is everything that I'm keeping over here, and that is everything I'm getting rid of. So I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different blushes, and I'm keeping 3, 6, 9, 12. Wow, I'm keeping 15, so I got rid of exactly half. I think that is awesome. As I kind of glance through this, there's nothing I don't think that kind of sticks out as like, why am I keeping that? The only ones I'm thinking is this Mariah Carey one, but again, I need to try it a little bit more. But everything else is, these are products that I reach for all the time that I really, really like. So I'm excited to have these in my collection. It just feels really good to get rid of all that other stuff. And I know that I've got sisters and nieces and friends and coworkers that would be very excited to try these bad boys out. If you are waiting for my other declutters to go live and you're wanting more, I've been doing declutters for years, and I'm usually just about this cutthroat, so sometimes even more. So if you're interested in watching some more, you're just in that mood, I will link my declutters playlist below so you can check it out. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of them on there. So I hope you enjoy. I hope that you'll subscribe to catch all of the rest of my declutters coming up, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.